Welcome! Tonight we're taking a look at the Winco 8-inch strainer. What I really like about this item is the quality of the materials used. All this metal, all of it is stainless steel. Now this is important because it's going to give this item a long durability. We're going to start with some measurements. We can see the item measures in at exactly 7 3/4 inch in diameter. The mesh, we can see it's about 2 3/4 inches deep. And we can see the overall length of the strainer comes in at 13 3/4 inches. The handle itself, the wooden part, measures in at around 4 inches. This strainer has a hook over here that you can use for storage, and it has these two hooks over here that I use to prop it up on a pan. It's very simple to use. You simply place it on the pan and these two hooks are going to hold it steady while you pour your liquid through the top. Moving on to functionality. As you might expect, the strainer is really light, but it's also durable. If I press down on it, the mesh itself, it doesn't flex away from the frame. The connection is really good. And having used this item for the past 2 weeks and scrubbing it extensively for cleaning, there's no damage to the mesh whatsoever. It looks just like it did when it came out of the box. Now, one disadvantage I did find with this item is the positioning of the retaining hooks. Now, as you saw earlier, these work just fine when you have a large round pot. Where you start to have some issues is if you want to use a square container. So if you want to use these hooks against a flat surface, you can see that they do not latch on. They're positioned off to the side. I would have liked if the hooks were positioned a little bit more forward. That will give you more flexibility with square containers. But as long as you use a round container, you should be just fine. And finally, I mentioned this a little bit at the beginning, but what I really love about the strainer is that it's made completely of stainless steel. I just threw out my previous strainer. It was rusted all over. Because with strainers, you have this rim over here, which traps water. Water is going to get in all over. It's unavoidable. If it's stainless, you don't have to worry about it. But if it's not, it's going to rust. With this one, it's not something you have to worry about. Moving on to the last part of the video, fit and finish. And as you can see, this item does have a few fit and finish issues. We've got a dent over here, another one over here, and we even have a small one over on the back over here. Now, I'm not sure if this happened during the shipping, if it got banged up while it was on the truck. Regardless, it's something to watch out for, but it doesn't impact the functionality of the item. The handle over here, we don't see any chips, we don't see any sharp edges. You don't need to sand it, it's ready to use as is. And if I run my fingers along the bead over here, I don't have any sharp wires or sharp edges. This is a problem with some lower cost strainers where sometimes the mesh protrudes outwards and you can get scratched or stung while you use it. This one doesn't have that problem. To sum things up, I'm very happy with the strainer, very good construction, very good quality materials. I expect it'll last a long time and I highly recommend it. I hope this review was helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know and I'll do my best to answer them in the comments section.